Hi, everyone. I chose Google Maps to look at. I definitely use maps in my everyday life, but definitely when I'm driving anywhere in the car or not really sure where I'm going. Google Maps is a real lifesaver. I've also played with Google Earth before in the past, and that's kind of neat as well. But for this one, I chose Google Maps, and in specific, I chose a beta tool that's by Google that actually incorporates maps for the classroom, and it's called Tour Builder. It's still in beta, but it's a really good one. So it definitely has Google Maps in it, and I'm going to show you Tour Builder. So basically, you could click on Shared Tours, and that's if anyone has shared tours with you. You can see that no one has shared any with me. You can click on My Tours, and that shows you the tours that I've played around and experimented with, a tester tour, as well as my own vacation wish list, because we're looking at Google Maps. And then my daughter created almost like a scrapbook of one of her trips in 2014 using this tool. And then I had students use it to map out the battles of the American Revolution. It's a really neat tool for educators because you can also look at the gallery, and other people have created, even including students, tours that your class could then look at. So if you were, say, studying Jane Goodall, you could click on it. And what this tour builder does is it, in essence, lets you walk through places on the earth in different ways. So here we might have some background information that the students could read about or learn, and it takes me to that location on the map. I can even, on some of them, see it in 3D, depending on how the person set up the tour to begin with. And I can look through primary documents, that kind of thing that have been put in, primary pictures, all that kind of stuff. So the Google Tour Builder, I think, is a really cool way to take maps and bump maps up even a little bit. So let's go back in time to my tours. And again, this is taking Google Maps and bumping it up a step, and in essence, giving it its own almost presentation piece. So I'm going to show you the one that I worked on with students, where we were mapping out battles of the American Revolution. So what I had the students do was they each chose a battle of the American Revolution, because that's a fifth grade standard for our state, is battles that led up to the American Revolution. And they had to research that for specific information. And then we would come in. So one of the students created this first introduction paragraph and chose this image. And what's also important to know is in Tour Builder, you can put videos here. And then the students that had Lexington had to come put in information on Lexington, as well as you can see it here on Google Maps. Now, if we were to take this, which Street View is another tool that was in module 4, but we could drop it in and we could see where the Battle of Lexington occurred here on the map, if it'll let me do it while I'm screencasting. Or maybe I'm wrong, apparently it won't. Let me go this way. And will he let me? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we're able to see it on the map from Street View. And then this is a good talking point with your students, because obviously when Battle of Lexington and Concord was happening in this area, I'm sure this lovely house here wasn't here. So what would be really interesting is if and I don't think I know that it goes back to a certain date, Google Maps, where you can do overlays of maps from historical period with maps from now, but I don't think it goes back quite this far. But again, the standard was the battles leading up. And I think what's cool, though, is that as they go through this, they're seeing the distances that the armies actually had to go by foot, back in that day. So Concord, this child actually did not finish his. And then we have just a place of historical reference here that we put in for the Battle of Bunker Hill. And as you can see, not only did I ask the students to write up a little bit on the battle, but I also asked them to find images using Google image search to put in. So this was a really interesting way to take Google Maps a little bit of a step further. Other ways I've seen Google Maps being used is for literature when you're following a character or their journey in a book. Um, I've seen Google Maps be used where the information from a form then populates into a map, or vice versa. The information from a map goes into a spreadsheet. But I definitely think that Google Maps and Google Earth are something we should incorporate into lessons, as they give a visual of geography and where things, historical things happened, as well as where current things are happening, so that the kids realize the world around them. But I wanted to bring this up because even though I focused on this one with Google Maps, Google Tour Builder is an awesome way to put a story on the map. So if they're following the character in a story, they could then not only tell about it in writing and pictures, but they could also add that map component to it. So Google Tour Builder, if you've never heard of it, check it out.